Hello everyone, Lynsie McKeown here. So did you know that according to the yoga tradition, that there is a part of you that is always steady and that is always calm, regardless of what is going on in your life, regardless of your experiences, regardless of circumstances? So this practice today is going to help you lean into that part of you that is always steady and calm. Because as you know, life is always changing. Life always has challenges within it. And so we want to learn how to be calm and steady during times of turbulence, during times of change and transition, hardship even. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start on your back. Let's extend your legs completely and fully, arms by your side, and you can take up as much space as you like to start. And just go ahead and settle in. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And just a big exhale through the mouth. And just feel the body soften in this moment. And then become aware of your breath. Feeling the flow of the breath moving in and out through your nose. And as you attune to the breath and the sensation of the breath as it moves through the nostrils, also begin to lengthen the breath. So you take a deeper breath in and a more complete breath out. It doesn't have to be your biggest breath in this moment, but we're just gradually extending the length of the breath so that it comes into a rhythm that is 1 to 1, meaning that if you inhale for 4, you exhale for 4. So we find a smooth and steady breath because the breath will help us find that steadiness within us, not just in our bodies, but more important in our minds. So let's continue to breathe this way for about another minute. Not feeling a sense of urgency to move yet. Knowing that the breath is what will change our nervous system, what will change our perspective faster than any movement you'll ever do. And as we breathe, just reflect upon that part of you that is beyond circumstance. That part of you that is always steady and always calm. In yoga, we often call that part of ourselves the witness, the part of us that can witness everything that is happening in our life, everything that is happening in the world, and not be pulled into the drama of it. That steady center is like the eye of a hurricane that is calm and tranquil and can be surrounded by chaos but not be affected by it. So sense that part of yourself, feel into that part of yourself, and breathe into that part of yourself. And it is from that part of ourselves that we would like to stay connected to throughout this practice and to move from throughout this practice. So let's give it a try and let's bring the legs together, arms closer by the side. So when you feel your body breathe in, let's pull the toes back. So flex the feet and extend the arms up by your ears, stretching through the whole body. And then when you exhale, bring the arms down by your side, relax the feet, relax the thighs. And we're going to continue to move this way, but we're going to refine it a little bit, meaning that when we move, we don't move until we breathe. So feel the body breathe in, and then we move, pulling the toes back, arms sweep by the ears. When you feel the body exhale, then you move, relaxing the feet, arms sweep by the side. We'll try this 3 more times. So breathe in, then move. You're continuing to breathe in as the arms sweep up, but we don't initiate the movement until we feel the breath initiate. And then exhale, arms come down. So what you'll notice is that there's going to be a slight pause in the body as the breath is transitioning. Inhaling, arms sweep up. But the breath will stay continuous, no breaks or pauses. Exhaling, arms come down, relax the feet. Now let's continue this, but from a different position. So let's bend the knees, place the heels in line with the sits bones. So we'll do this from dynamic bridge pose. So pausing here, aware of the breath. And then when you feel the body breathe in, you lift the hips, arms sweep up by your ears. And then as you exhale, hips come down, arms come down by your side. Remember, there's a slight pause here. Feel the breath inhale, arms sweep up. Feel the breath as you exhale, hips come down, arms come down. Okay, 2 more like this. And you may notice that this could actually be a little challenging because most of the time we just move without even really thinking about how we're moving in conjunction with the breath. Or we move and then we think about the breath. But we're letting the breath be the highlight of this practice. And when we practice this way, what happens is that it becomes much more mindful. Next time the hips come down, arms come down, take a pause here, breathe in and breathe out. Either roll into your side or you can grab the backs of your legs and rock yourself up to sit. And then rolling over onto your hands and knees, coming into tabletop position. So as you arrive here, shoulders are right over the wrists, knees underneath the hips. Come back to your awareness of breath, this 1-to-1 ratio of breath, no breaks or pauses between inhale and exhale. And this might be new to a lot of you, but that's okay. And if it feels difficult, you won't be the first ones to ever say that or feel that. So just do the best you can, breathing in and out with no breaks or pauses. And the next time you feel the body breathe in, lift the tailbone, lift the heart, lift the chin. And then sense the body breathe out, draw the chin in, navel in, start to sink the hips towards the heels, child pose. And then inhaling, coming all the way up to all fours. Don't rush the movement. Remember, you don't move until you breathe. And then exhale, lift the hips, shift back, downward facing dog. And then we inhale, knees come down, tabletop. And then the next time you feel the body breathe out, then you move, transitioning into child. Okay, that's the movement we're going to do, just linking these 3 movements with the breath. Inhaling, exhaling, down dog. And what you'll notice is when you start to practice this way, you actually have to slow down. Inhaling, table. Exhaling, child. And when we slow down, that spin, that kind of spin that feels like a hurricane oftentimes in our life starts to stop having such a hold on us because it becomes less of a distraction because we're starting to move more deeply inward to that part of ourselves that is beyond circumstance, the part of ourselves that is always calm and steady. Child pose. Inhaling, coming up to all fours. Okay, let's go back to downward facing dog. Feel the body breathe out, then move, shifting the hips up and back, heels moving towards the mat. They don't have to touch. And then we're going to hold here, breathe in and breathe out. Find the 1-to-1 ratio of breath. And then do your best to hold this posture as steady as you can, meaning eliminate any arbitrary movements. Try not to move your gaze. Try not to move your toes, your fingers, or your head. But make the intention to be absolutely still. 2 more breaths. So sometimes we have to train ourselves to understand what stillness actually is. Okay, so from here, do not move until you breathe. Okay, feel your inhale, then lift your right leg up behind you. And then feel the exhale first, initiate, and then draw the knee into the chest. Push the floor away. There's going to be a little bit of a pause, and then you're going to inhale, shift back, take the leg up behind you. And we'll do 2 more like this. Don't move until you breathe. Exhaling, draw the knee in. Don't move until you breathe. Inhale, shift the leg back up behind you. 1 leg downward facing dog. Exhaling, draw the knee in. Set the foot between the hands this time. And then when you feel your body breathe in, you rise up, warrior 1. And then pause here and exhale. Okay, so let's sweep the right hand behind you. So the hand is at the sacrum. Left arm stays powerfully hugging into the ear. Okay, so breathing in, then straighten the leg. Breathing out, let's extend out over the leg, nice and long. Don't move until you breathe. Bend the right knee, let it stack over the heel, stretch the spine long as you rise back up, warrior 1. And then pause here, steady, exhale. Then inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, fold out over the leg. Keep a slight bend in the knee, so you're not hyperextending the knee. And then inhale, move, rising up, warrior 1, trying to keep the upper back from doming. Pause here, exhale. Okay, we're going to do 2 more. Breathe in, straighten the leg. Exhale, pull the left or right hip back as you fold down, nice and long. Don't jump ahead. Feel the body breathe in, then move, rising up, warrior 1. Exhale. No additional movement. Inhale, straighten the leg. And then exhale, fold. Breathe in, then move, rise up, warrior 1. And then pause here, exhale. We're going to hold this. So knee is stacking over the heel the best that you can. Find a focal point for your gaze. And then have the intention not to move. The gaze will stay on that one point. You're pressing into the outer edge of that back foot. Arm is hugging next to the ear, and you feel this lengthening up out of the waist. And then sense the breath. It is flowing 1 to 1. If you inhale 4, you exhale 4. Maybe you're inhaling 6 and exhaling 6. Don't worry about the count, but find the rhythm where the inhale and the exhale match. Because when we do a 1 to 1 ratio of breath, it creates a steadiness in the nervous system. It trains our nervous system to be steady. We be steady in our bodies and our breath, and then our minds will hopefully follow suit. Okay, next time you breathe in, not before, straighten the front leg. And then take the left arm, sweep it down behind you. Grab your right wrist with your left forefinger and thumb, and then slide the back foot forward just slightly. Take a deep breath in. Keep the chin in. And then we're going to exhale, fold out over the leg. And we're going to pause here. Now notice sometimes we lift the chin and we're looking towards the front of the mat or our toes, but instead draw the chin in, look towards your back thigh or your navel. And there's a very specific reason for this. When we keep lifting the chin, it actually activates our mind. It makes our mind more active. When we bow the head slightly, whether in a forward bend like we're in or drawing the chin in, it helps quiet the mind. And when the mind is busy, it is very hard, if not impossible, to find our steady, quiet, peaceful center. We're going to hold this a little bit longer. Inhale and exhale are the same rhythm, same length. And not moving until you breathe. Press through the ball of the front foot. Inhaling, rise up. Don't lift the chin, but lift from the belly and the heart. Take a pause here and exhale. Sweep the left arm up by your ear as you breathe in. And then we're going to exhale, extend out over the leg. Place both hands on the floor. Step back to your downward facing dog and pause here. Breathe in. And breathe out, trying to minimize all that arbitrary movement. Okay, without moving until you breathe. So breathe in and then lift the left leg up. Breathe out, then move. Knee comes into the chest. Push the floor away. We're going to pulse like this 2 more times. Inhaling, left leg sweeps up behind you. Initiate the exhale, then move. Knee to chest. Inhale. Extend the leg up, 1 leg down dog. This time you're going to exhale. Step it forward, between the hands. Drop the back heel. Feel the inhale, rise up. Warrior 1. Exhale, pause. Okay, you're going to take that left hand, sweep it to your low back. Powerfully hug that right arm next to your ear, and you're pulling the low belly in. Chin is going to stay in, remember? So we're going to breathe in, straighten the leg. Breathe out, extend out over the leg. When you breathe in, bend the knee, extend the chest forward. Try not to round the back on the way up. It's not good for the low back, but extend the chest, not the chin. Find some space between the vertebrae as you rise to warrior 1. And then pause here and exhale. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, then move. Inhale, then move, rising to warrior 1. Pause here and exhale. Okay, we're going to do 2 more. Breathe in, stretch long. Breathe out, extend out over the leg, nice and slow. Remember, we're doing 1-to-1 ratio of breath. Chin still stays in. Inhaling, rising up. Warrior 1. Pause here and exhale. Last one. Breathe in, straighten the front leg. Breathe out, extend out over the leg. Inhale, rise. And then we're going to exhale and we're going to pause and we're going to stay here. Find the steadiness in the posture. So the first few moments, you can get all the fidgeting out of the way. And then have the intention to be as still as possible. There'll be those little micro movements that will happen. But notice that tendency to want to move the fingers or the eyes, or all of a sudden you've got to take that piece of lint off of your mat or your clothing. And the yogi said that's just an unstable mind. The mind has not learned how to be in a state of steadiness and ease. Okay, inhale, then move, straighten the front leg. Exhale, sweep the hand behind you. Grab your left wrist with your right forefinger and thumb. Slide the back foot in. Square the hips a little bit more. Chin stays in. You'll breathe in. Long spine. Exhale, fold. Okay, so we're going to hang out here for a little while. So if you really want to start to be able to process mental stuff, emotional stuff, and use asana, physical postures, to do that or to support with that, hold the postures longer. As you hold the postures longer, yes, there'll be more physical sensations, but what you'll notice, what else will come to the surface will be all the mind's chattering. It will be all the emotional stuff that will surface as well. And so we have an opportunity here as that comes to the surface to breathe in a continuous, smooth fashion and use that breath like a wave to help smooth out those fluctuations of mind and emotions. It's very easy or easier to go to a class and move the body very quickly. And it's fun and it feels good. It feels like exercise. But it does so little in terms of really helping to stabilize the mind. Because that quick movement covers up how quick the mind is moving. We're not even aware. And awareness is key to transformation. Now, when we breathe in, extend the sternum, not the chin, rising all the way up. Whew. Pause, exhale. Inhale, sweep the right arm up by your ear. Exhale, dive out over the leg. And step back to your downward facing dog. Pause here, breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, let's come forward to plank pose as you breathe in. Now, I didn't cue it, but did you just jump right into plank pose without any awareness of breathing? So let's push back to downward facing dog as you exhale. And think about it again. Breathe in and then shift forward to plank pose. It's a mindful transition. And then breathe out. You can come down to your knees or lower all the way down to your belly. Okay, keep your hands where they are, right next to the side. Forehead will start on the mat, and then you'll breathe in. And lift the chest, lift the legs. And then we'll exhale, then move legs lower down, chest lowers down, forehead lowers down. And then you'll breathe in, lift the legs, lift the chest, keep the elbows hugging in. Back of the neck is long, so you're not throwing the head back. And then exhale, release. Let's pulse 3 more times. Breathe in and rise. Breathe out and lower. Smooth transition with the inhale. And smooth transition with the exhale. Okay, we got one more. Inhale, rise. Now let's hold here. Hold here. Chest is going to stay lifted. Hands are still but light on the mat. Elbows still hugging in. With your next inhale, extend the legs out wide. And then exhale. Squeeze the legs in. Try to touch the knees, thighs together. And then breathe in. Stretch the legs wide. Exhale. Bring it back in. We're going to do 3 more. Try to keep the thighs lifted as high as you can. Breathing in. Exhale. Bring them in tight, 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 tight. Smooth inhale. Are you waiting to breathe and then move? Or you're just like, okay, I'm going to move through this to be done with it. So if it's the latter, okay, the mind might not be so stable right now and steady. Okay, hold here, inhale, lift up higher, and then exhale, release. And you can turn your head to one side and relax the arms. And then lift up and turn your head the other way. You stay where you are. I'm simply going to shift back so you can hear me better. And then as you turn your head the other way, just take a deep inhale through the nose and then exhale through the mouth. And just feel yourself soften. Okay. Let's keep your arms hugging in next to your side, or bring your hands next to your shoulders. Curl your toes under, push up to your knees, or to plank when you breathe in. And when you breathe out, push back. Downward facing dog. Pause here, breathe in. And then breathe out. Okay, don't move until you breathe. Take the right leg up behind you with the inhale. Exhale, set the foot between the hands. And then inhale, rise up. Warrior 2. So backstroke the arms up. Front knee aligns over the heel, and then the heel aligns with the back arch. Okay? Spin the palms towards the ceiling for today. Draw the belly in and lengthen the tailbone so you feel the stability in the pelvis, and then sink a little bit deeper. Look out over your front hand. Find your focal point. Steady gaze. When your eyes are moving all over the place, they're just pulling in a lot more information for the brain to have to process. So let's give it a little less to process. Focus on one thing. And notice how easy or difficult this might be for you in this moment. Find the steady breath. Inhale 1-to-1 ratio. There's a consistency in the breath. Okay, then from here, straighten the front leg. But first, breathe in, and then straighten the front leg. And then exhale, turn the foot in. Pause here for a moment. Breathe in, and breathe out. Okay, I'm not going to mirror you today, so arms will sweep out wide.
We're going to keep moving with that right leg. Breathe in here. And then as you exhale, then you move. You bend your knee, take your hand to the outside of the foot, stacking the shoulders, coming into this twist. And then when you breathe in, then you move and rise up. This is one that has a tendency for people to jump in and out of without mindfulness around the breath. So we're going to change the breath. Okay, breathe in for 4. As you breathe out, then move, but we're going to breathe out for 5, nice and slow. Placing the hand to the outside of the foot, fingertips face the ankle, navel hugging in, looking towards your thumb. Then when you feel the body breathe in, then you rise back up, head over the pelvis, arms wide. Let's extend the exhale to 6. Feel the body breathe out, then move. Slowing the breath down will slow the nervous system down, will help calm the body, calm the mind more. Inhale, rise up. Okay, 7 count exhale. Extend the breath. Feel yourself empty out more fully. Breathing in, rise up. Slight pause in the body as the breath transitions, and then you exhale for 8. And as we come into it this time, you're going to place the hand, same position, but now we're going to stay here. Either looking down at your hand that's on the floor or up at your thumb towards the ceiling. And you can start to straighten the leg if you can, but you want to have the whole hand on the floor. And then we're going to breathe in 4 and out 8. So that 1-to-1 ratio of breath creates stability. 1-to-2, breathing in 4, out 8, for example, creates a greater sense of calm for the body, for the nervous system. So practicing these 2 types of breathing techniques, 1-to-1 and 1-to-2 together, helps us access or experience that we can be calm, that we can be steady. Next, inhale. Feel the inhale first, then rise up. Don't rush it. Just because you want to be out of it, don't rush it. And then relax the arms by your side. And then don't move. I don't care if your hair's in your face, your clothing's all bunched up. Can you be steady in this moment regardless? Okay. Let's move now. Okay. Bending the left leg. Let's come into warrior 2 here. Palms facing up. A sense of broadening through the chest, and then sink down a little bit lower so the knee is over the heel. Find your focal point for a gaze and just do the best you can to maintain that 1-to-1 rhythm of breath. Not fidgeting. Unnecessary movements are indicative, again, of a mind that is feeling challenged, really. It's like an unruly, undisciplined child. And through our practice, through our intention, like these very specific breathing techniques, this very specific way of practicing, we discipline the mind so that the mind will stop becoming our prison. Okay? We become masterful at guiding the mind. Okay, from here, don't move until you breathe. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Turn your toes in as you exhale. Lower the arms. Pause here for a moment. And you can even draw the feet in a little bit closer if you notice your legs were too wide on that last round. But breathe in, take the arms out to a T. As you exhale, bend your left knee. Lowering down, hand to the outside of the foot. Bend the knee as much as you need to get the hand to the floor. It's not about your hamstrings today. And then inhale, rise up. Okay? 5 count exhale. Slow it down. Inhale, rise. We have 3 more. Extending the exhale a little bit more. 6 count this time. Inhale, about a 4 count. 7 count exhale. Inhale, rise. 8 count exhale this time. And then as you bring the hand to the outside of the foot, stay here. If you can start to straighten that left leg, but don't worry about, again, it's not about this big superficial muscle stretch. It's about putting ourselves in positions that might challenge our breath, and that we use the breath to learn how to be steady in those challenges. Gaze is unwavering. Body is rooted. 3 more breaths. And the breath is inhale 4 and exhale 8. And not letting the mind freak out and make us want to jump out of this posture. We are guided by the breath. We feel the inhale, then we move and we rise up. And then we pause here at center, exhaling. Okay, take your hands to your bum. Chin stays in. We're going to do some dynamic movements here. So breathing in, lift the chest, not the chin. As you exhale, we're going to slide the hands down the legs, but we're exhaling for an 8 count. When you breathe in, draw the shoulder blades into the spine and rise back up, a 4 count. Okay, we're going to do 3 more like this. So it's going to be inhale 4, exhale 8. Slowly starting to move as you breathe out, exhaling 8 count. Inhaling 4, rising up. Spine is long. Slight pause as you transition the breath, exhaling. Slowly lowering down. Hands gliding towards the ankles. Inhaling. Rising up. Last one, exhaling, 8 count. Now we're going to stay in the posture. Chin is slightly in. There's a slight drawing in towards the legs, but don't over effort here. You're not tugging or pulling. Find steadiness in the physical body. Stay with a breath of in 4, out 8. Or whatever 1 to 2 is for you. Maybe it's in 3, out 6. But keep the gaze on one focal point. And lean into that part of you that is always steady. Can you feel into that part of you in this moment? There's always a part of you that wants to freak out, that wants to get overly dramatic, that wants to be in the fear, in the chaos, that identifies with the fear and the chaos and the doubts and the turbulence. But according to the yoga tradition, there's a part of you that is not identified by circumstance. I can see 360 degrees all around from a place of higher perspective. Let's breathe in, then rise all the way up. And pause here, exhale. The question is, which part do we lean into the most? The part that freaks out easily or the part that is steady? Okay, so from here, turn your toes to the front of the mat. Step forward. I'm going to actually step back to the end of the mat. You can do this as well. So we're going to move into warrior 1. Oh, sorry, warrior 3. Warrior 1 would be so much nicer. Okay, but remember the belly hugs in, tailbone is long. When you breathe in, take the arms up by your ears. Now as you exhale, step the right foot forward. And like a tabletop, you're going to tilt forward, lifting the back leg. If you can get it parallel to the floor, great. Don't worry about it if you can't. But if you get it parallel to the floor, make sure the upper body is parallel to the floor too. Look straight down. Breathe in 1-to-1 ratio of breath. Let's find the steadying breath. Steady gaze. And even though the body might not be so steady, my leg is shaking a lot today. But there's a part of me that is steady. There's a part of you that is steady. So we lean into that part and focus less on the part of us that isn't steady, that superficial external layer. We dive in to that part of ourselves that is eternal. 2 more breaths. Now don't move until you breathe. It's easy to want to move. And then when you inhale, then rise up, but go slow, go slow, go slow, go slow, go slow. Don't rush it. And then exhale, arms float down. Did you feel that part of you that wanted to rush it and just get the heck out of there? That's not the eternal, okay? We're very familiar with the part that wants to freak out and not so familiar with the part that doesn't or can't even, okay? So if you need a little more space, you can step back again. Breathe in, breathe out. Next inhale, arms sweep up by your ears. When you feel the body breathe out, step the left foot forward. Tilting forward, letting the leg and torso move together. And if you notice it was really challenging to have the arms by your ears the first time, you can bring them out to the side, or you can bring them by your side. And then stay here, 1-to-1 ratio of breath. When we can learn to breathe and be steady in the challenges on our yoga mat, then the idea is that we can learn to breathe and be steady in the challenges of life, but we have to practice it. We're very conditioned to freak out because that's what we see on TV, on social media. Everyone's leaning into that part of themselves that is chaotic and unstable. Okay, breathe in, then move, but don't rush. Nice and slow, rise up, and then exhale. Float the arms down, and then pause. Don't move, don't fidget. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and then breathe out. Okay, breathe in, arms sweep up by your ears. Breathe out, bring the hands into prayer and let it just slice down through the body as the hands come to the mat and step back to your downward facing dog. And then inhale, knees come down to the mat. And let's go ahead and extend the legs out in front of you. Okay. Move the flesh away from your sits bones so you can feel them rooting down in the earth more. Draw the belly in. Hands are by your sides. Spread the fingertips. Hug the elbows in. Back the neck long. Look out over your toes. Dandasana, staff pose. Smooth inhale, smooth exhale. Don't let the eyes move. Now feel the hands get lighter and lighter on the mat. And the next time you breathe in, extend the arms up by the ears. If this is too much on your low back, you can keep your hands on the floor. But if the arms are up overhead, hug them in towards the ears and keep pulling the chest up, navel in and up. Find your 1-to-1 ratio of breath. Try not to sink into the low back and collapse the chest, but get the head to stack over the pelvis. 2 more breaths. Now with your next exhale, try to maintain this extension in the spine, hinge from the hips, fold forward without lifting the chin. See if you can grab for the balls of the feet. Okay, if you need to bend the knees a little bit to grab them, then do that. And then inhale, lean back. And then exhale and fold. Okay, we're going to do that 3 more times. Inhaling, leaning back. Remember, don't move until you breathe. When you feel the body exhale, then fold forward. When you feel the body breathe in, lean back. Especially the upper back is stretching away from the legs. And then exhale and fold. Let's do 1 more. Inhale, lean back. Don't lift the chin. And then exhale and fold. And then stay in the fold. Now, oftentimes you see people looking towards the feet, but that's cranking on the neck. It's lifting the chin. It's activating the mind. That's not the purpose of this practice. We draw the chin in. We bow the head. If you want, you can even close the eyes. And then you choose. In this moment, do you feel like you need more steadiness? And if so, breathe in that 1-to-1 ratio of breath. If you feel like you need more calm, then you breathe out 1 to 2. trusting your own intuition, trusting your own guidance that is letting you know what you need. And then we hold steady here with the intention to not move a muscle. Just a little bit of a longer hold again. Will help us feel sensations in the body as they arrive. But more importantly, it will give us an opportunity to keep refining the breath. It will give us an opportunity to see what is the state of my mind, what is the quality of my mind. What is it really without all this distraction? 3 more breaths. And remembering we don't move until we are guided by the breath. And then when you feel the body breathe in, then move and lean back. And just pause for a moment at the top. And just reflect, what could life be like? Or if we stopped and we paused and we breathed before we spoke, before we acted or reacted. Okay, so from here, let's go ahead and come onto your back. Lowering down nice and slow. Place the heels in line with your sits bones just for a moment. And pause. Okay, let's go ahead and lift the hips, move them to the right 2 inches, draw the knees towards the chest, and then drape them over to the left armpit. So the arms are like a T. We're just going to stack the knees here the best we can. You can put a block between the knees or underneath both of them. And look towards the ceiling or towards your right thumb. And just hold here. Find your breath. Just let the inhale and the exhale flow seamlessly into one another. And when we focus and let the breath be the highlight of the practice, and just use the physical postures as leverage to access a deeper part of ourselves, then it becomes truly a different experience on our mats. Okay, let's come back to through center as you breathe in and move. Shift the hips to a neutral position for a moment. And then let's shift the hips to the left. Draw the knees in. And then over to the right armpit. Knees stacking the best that you can. And gazing left or to the ceiling. Eyes open or closed. The focus is on the breath. Last 2 breaths. And then when you inhale, let's come back to center. Place the feet on the floor, square off the hips. And then just gently draw the knees into the chest. Just do any additional movements you feel like you need to for the spine to come back to more of a neutral position. And then we're going to take the legs and extend them to the edges of the mat. Take up as much space as you want. Maybe you want to put a blanket on top of you or some layer of clothing to make sure you are warm. And then take a deep breath in. And then out the mouth.
close the eyes. Now you stay here on your back, and I'll let you know when it's time to come back. But in this moment, just feel the body on the earth. Body resting on the earth. And then feel the flow of the breath in and out through the nose. And then begin to deepen the breath so that you breathe in for 6 and out for 6. That balanced breath. And you are welcome to stay here, simply breathing in 6 and out 6. But if you can, hold the inhale of 6 and then extend the exhale to 8. In 6, out 8. Relaxing any tension within the thread of the breath, both on inhale and exhale. And then the next time you breathe out, see if you can extend the exhale to 10. Breathe in 6 and out 10. Holding on to less and less. Staying here, or on the next exhale, exhale 12. Breathe in 6, breathe out 12. No force, no strain, just simply extending the exhale, feeling yourself empty out more completely. Next exhale, see if you can stretch the breath out to your longest exhale. So extending the exhale towards infinity. Again, no force, no push. Just lengthening the exhale to the longest breath out. And what you might begin to notice is that when you completely empty out, that there is a natural pause between exhale and inhale. You're not trying to make the pause happen. You just notice that when you completely exhale, there's a slight pause where everything is still. The body is still. The mind is still. The breath is still. And continuing to breathe this way. In 6, out towards infinity. Noticing the gap in the breath. And this gap This pause between breaths, this natural pause between breaths, is said to be the entry point to that part of ourselves that is eternally steady, eternally calm and tranquil. And then relax the breath. Still feeling the stillness, the tranquility, and the steadiness, and resting there. And you're welcome to stay here as long as you like. But if you're ready, bring awareness back to your body and back to your breath. And there is no rush. Moving only when you're ready, and when you are ready, just roll to your right side and to a fetal position. And take as much time as you need here. And then when you're ready, you'll rise up to your seat and finding a comfortable seat for you. And if you want, you can find a comfortable seat for meditation. And I will link a video specific to help steady the mind. An incredible transition from this practice to this meditation practice. So if it's of interest to you, then find your comfortable seat and prepare for meditation. Otherwise, let's take a moment here in our seat to feel that steadiness, to feel that part of ourselves that is unchanging, and to know that this is our true nature. That we don't have to strive to be steady. We don't have to strive to be calm. We don't have to strive to be peaceful. It is actually more of a releasing and a relaxing into that part of ourselves. And we take time to slow down our breath, slow down our movements, become more mindfully aware of our breath and our movements. We already begin that process of moving towards that part of ourselves. Okay, let's just bring the hands together, bow the head down slightly. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And let's take the thumbs and bring it to the forehead. And you can repeat out loud or mentally, may we have right thoughts. To the lips, may we have right intentions. May we have right speech. May we have right speech. And then to the heart, may we have right intentions. And then to the belly, may we have right actions. And then just gently open the eyes and make your way back. So if you want to continue and join me for meditation, it'll be a great, great opportunity to feel a deeper connection to your steadiness. Otherwise, until next time, my friends, many blessings.